الحمد لله بجميع المحامد على جميع النعم. صلى الله وسلم على المبعوث خيرا ورحمة وهدى لكافة الأمم محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Brothers and sisters, committed Muslims, if we had one problem, if we had a problem of authority at the beginning of our Islamic history, and at that time, especially with the 1,300 or 400 years that we are speaking about, we have now the luxury and the opportunity to consider the facts on the ground and to extract from this consideration the applicable lessons. This wasn't a generation that just popped into and then popped out of existence without having left us with the pertinent moral lessons that we should learn. But all of that has been smothered by the traditionalism that itself has become a religion, that itself has retarded us from understanding who we were and who we are. Well, is there something difficult to understand about this? If we just put our God-given minds, the faculties that Allah has endowed us with, and we can resume our authoritative responsibilities and positions. But look at today. If we had this issue centering around one or two personalities, now we have, look at the issues that we have. Look at the authorities. How many authorities do we have in Muslim countries? 50, 60 and counting. They keep on increasing. Authorities that have no legitimacy, obviously. Look at, in this past week, the King of Arabia goes to England and he shakes hands with the Queen. You're in trouble in his kingdom. Someone's in trouble in his kingdom. A man is in trouble. A woman is in trouble if they shake hands in Arabia today. The king of that land goes to Europe and shakes hands, and there's no one who tells him, what are you doing? Can't you see the hypocrisy? Or he doesn't have a choice. The Queen is his Lord. He can't disobey. If the United States and Britain, if the Zionists and the imperialists decree something, he doesn't have a choice. إذا قضت الإمبريالية والصهيونية أمرا فما له الخيرة من أمره. And then, this hasn't been played up, this hasn't made the headlines here in this country, but this past week there were riots in Dubai. The Indian, Pakistani, Bengali community there, meaning the laborers. Who are these? These are laborers who come from the Indian subcontinent, and they're being paid between $100 and $140 a month. They come on contracts. They belong to sponsors. And then they are put in living quarters that are closer to animal shelters than they are to human domicile. And then when they go to work, they are thrown into trucks or crammed into small buses and vans. Their living conditions are miserable. They generate as-su and al-fahsha. They don't have families with them. They leave their families behind. And they live there, some of them for years, without a family. This becomes a breeding ground for adultery, for homosexuality, for many other problems. 4,000 of them had enough of it, and they demonstrated in this integral part of Arabia, the United Arab Emirates. Usually what governments would do is they'd send in the troops and put an end to this demonstration. Just kill them, or kill some of them and make them a lesson for others. But in this case, it seemed like the government of the United Arab Emirates could not do such a thing. Why? Because these are Indians or Pakistanis. And now, when you speak about India or Pakistan, you're speaking about a nuclear country, a nuclear government. Sure, the Indian ambassador in Dubai was watching this very closely to communicate back home what will happen to the citizens of his country. And this is in a land where people are making these sponsors, the sponsors. These are supposed to be Muslims. They're stashing away in their bank accounts hundreds of billions of dollars. This is Islam. Where is Islam in government? Where is Islam in authority? Oh no, they don't want us to think about Islam in government and Islam in authority. You have to think about Islam on the toothbrush, or the fingernail clipper, or the bed sheet. That's where Islam is supposed to be. Don't open your minds to an Islam of social justice. And we are trying to take this issue from its beginnings, so that we understand who we are and what our responsibilities are. Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittiba'ah, wa arina al-batila batilan warzuqna ijtinabah, wa la taj'alhu multabisan alayna, waj'alna lilmuttaqina imama. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين ربنا صل على محمد وآل محمد ربنا صل على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم ربنا بارك على محمد وآل محمد ربنا بارك على إبراهيم وآل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر ومن أظلم ممن منع مساجد الله